Hey everyone, and welcome into another Uncharted Realms weekly event. This time it's Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz. Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina, and they specialize in-store play. They have a sealed Saturday going on and a marketplace for trading card singles. So if you're trying to put a new deck together or update it based on what you're seeing at these Road to Nationals, you know, Kano just took one. So if you really want to try out that new Kano list that's going around, check out Out of the Box Gaming in person or outoftheboxgaming.com. For today's event, we got another 6 rounds of Blitz. So very good XP grind for our players here, and a long tournament and fruitful tournament that we get to watch. So we're super excited to bring you that coverage. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named in the production booth, and we're going to be with you all 6 rounds here. And to start us off, we have John on Dash and Jeremy on the Kano. We're coming into John's turn 1. He's already got a couple of attack actions out into play, and he started with a Teklo Heart as his item of choice. So right now we're currently watching a blue Pedal to the Metal coming in. And it's 3 coming in. The last attack, the 0 to 60, was blocked by the Tome at a hand from Jeremy. And Jeremy will take our first hit of the round of the tournament and fall to 12. So let me know how you guys are doing out there. Who do you got in the matches? I like to keep a good tally going. So I think on Friday I was maybe 50-50. Ooh, I think I actually probably lower than that. That's not a good thing to say. Maybe I should keep that to myself. But how did you do? Let me know in the comments below, or come in on the Discord and let me know. Send me a PM. So right now we're watching John coming in with a Throttle, a 4, with a boosted Go Again. Jeremy's looking at what he wants to do. He's rolling Kano. So he banished a blue Aether Flare off the top, so that's going to be a 1 damage for 1 cost there, but it potentially could pump his next spell. Jeremy is incentivized to just get all the cards out of his hand on his turn 0, thanks to Kano's instance ability. He can cycle a couple cards out, Crucible he can pay for, and the actual Kano itself. So we saw Jeremy throw a Stir into the pitch zone to come in with a Aether Flare for 1. It will pump Jeremy's next spell by 1, but it doesn't appear that he wants to do that. He's just going to throw the Zap in front of the way, block 3, fall to 11. So 19 to 11 as our life totals here. Both players get a little bit of chip damage in. John got more than not. Jeremy there crucially had to throw one of his combo pieces down into the pitch zone, was the Stir, but he'll have another one in the deck to come up into. So we go to Jeremy's turn. 4 cards in hand. His turn 1. He's rocking the Talismanic Lens, the Spring Tunic, the Metacarpus Nodes, and the Storm Striders. Opting not to take the Skull Cap, but likes the Opt instead. That's why he's opting for it. Oh, we're starting early. All right, so Jeremy's turn. Rolls into the Kano, sees a red Snapback. That's going to be a 1 for 3. 1 cost for 3 damage. 1 energy floating. This is not a pumped Snapback, and this does not take his action point. This is going to be played as an instant. The second half of the ability for Snapback is not relevant here because Jeremy hasn't played another non-attack action card, but Kano allowed him to play that as an instant, so Jeremy still has his action for the turn. Still has a card in hand. Pitches a Blazing Aether. Ooh, a very red hand, a yellow and red hand. Plus that 1 blue. Not exactly the biggest hand. Could have Lessons in Lava there instead, going off the top, and kind of stack some stuff up. If Jeremy there had Lessons in Lava to chain Lightning into the Blazing Aether in hand, he maybe could have had a little bit more spicier round here, but instead used his resources, come in with the Aether Spindle to opt. So this is coming for 4 straight, no pump here. John will take 1, and Jeremy will opt the damage dealt. So he'll opt 1. John's got himself 4 Arcane Barrier. Or excuse me, he's got himself 3 Arcane Barrier, I believe. Yep, 2 from the headpiece and 1 from the gloves. Unless I'm going crazy. It's been a minute since I've seen Dash. If you are a bigger Dash aficionado, do the boots have Arcane Barrier or block? Yeah. Oh, so the boots have it. So actually, I think we are looking at 4 then. 4 is a critical number against Kano. You can turn off the guarantees from Sonic Booms with less than the lavas. The reverberates if they're playing them. Yeah, Arcane Barrier 2 on the headpiece. All right, so back over to John's turn. We got a 0 to 60 to start it off. The boost did get. It's got go again. Very aggro dash. You know, in Blitz, the aggro dash is not too shabby. I'm a big fan of it. I was talking to John a little bit earlier, right before the game started. We were mentioning the Dash's recent success in the Road to Nationals event. For those following along, keeping track, Dash is actually performing above expectations. That is for sure. Doing really well. Won an event recently as well. I think maybe has a couple wins under her belt. I'd have to double check that completely after the new updated tracker, but I know it's been doing exceedingly well. So John coming in with the Spark of Genius. Well, not coming in, but he's going to get another item. He's getting an induction chamber here. He had a 2 or less search. And he should draw a card. So not too shabby. Spark of Genius is a just straight money card for Dash. Just gets that item, tutors, gets it onto the battlefield, and draws you a card. It is not too shabby. Let's be real. It's just a straight money card. Like, I wish I had more cards like that he wants to send off in the ends phase, while John had no cards in hand. John not quite at lethal range with the resources Jeremy has. Needs to get John down to about 14, and then he can start to be in range. 9 to 12 is more of the money zone. Jeremy coming in with a red Voltic Bolt pumped thanks to the 1 blue pitch, and that's going to be 6 total. John's going to block 3 of it. Take 3. Go down to 12, right into that lethal range I was talking about. That's a Stir Forge Lightning combination range. But Jeremy's got more to go. He's going to pitch a snapback for a snapback. Another 3. That should be a yellow snapback, I see. So Jeremy liking all of the snapbacks into the pitch zone. Gets to play those at instant speed if he's played another Wizard non-attack action. So he's just looking to go wide, super wide. John pitch another card out of the hand to go down to 2 cards on his turn to block all 3 of it. Jeremy's got a little bit of a tempo play here. But the 0 to 60 came out of Arsenal and it was free. So it's coming in for 4. We may see Jeremy try to fire it off. I think we're looking at maybe another 1 or 2 turns before Jeremy decides it's time to roast. 1 more turn, his Spring Tunic will be active. So keep that in mind. Ooh, actually, we might just go here. Jeremy's opting 2. Seeing what's on top. Deciding. Doesn't like either one of them. He says, get these out of here. Puts them both to the bottom. Ooh, that means he's going in blind off the top if he tries to send it. I think Jeremy here is incentivized to block 2 cards out of the hand, keep a red damage source and a blue pitch, and come back for a little bit of extra chip damage before he goes in for the kill. John still has 2 cards in his hand he can pitch. If Jeremy's playing it safe, you'd think those are both blue. Most likely not, but there's always a chance of it. That means John would not is not at lethal range right now. Jeremy has the health here that he can soak up some of this and not be in too much of a danger zone. There we go. Going to take 4. No blocks there. We know the pistol's going to be able to come in for 2. Ooh, zipper hit though. Coming in. All right, all the resources out of hands. There were 2 yellows, so not exactly blues. 1's floating. So this one's coming in for 4. So here we go. If Jeremy, let's see here, do the math. Stir Forge Light could not make it with the 1 energy floating. He could get 12 damage total, but would be short by 1. Oh no, actually he couldn't even get 12 damage total. He could get 10 right now because he'd have to pay for the Storm Shredders if he had 2 blues, a Stir, and a Fork Lightning in hand. is what the math was at. And then John has 1 energy floating there. It's a block. So here we go. No resources now for John at all. Techlo's going to put the 2 resources out. So we're going to have a pistol coming in. I'm going to load the chamber. Send the pistol, and then probably load the pistol. Here we go. First shot. Coming in for 2. Jeremy sitting at 3. Doesn't have to block this if he doesn't want to. Excuse me. Life total doesn't look too healthy here for Jeremy, but it is very possible for John to die. All right, so John here loads the counter, shoots a pistol again. That's the second one. Came in for another 2. Now the pistol is bare, so it's not loaded up. A lot of times you see mechanologist players load it and wait till the next turn to fire. But this time, Jeremy follows the 1, gets an energy potion and an arsenal. So he's just loading up on resources. He now has 3 extra energy available thanks to the tunic counter being active, but he didn't get any chip damage away against John, which means that Jeremy's in a little bit of a risky spot here. Is going to need to account for the potential pitch for Arcane Barrier that John's going to have, which means a usual Stir to Fork Lightning is not going to be able to end the game right now, even with a pump on the Metacarpus. So pumped Crucible plus Metacarpus Fork Lightning gets him up to 14. And John can block up to 4 of it. So it's not going to be enough there for Jeremy. So Jeremy here is going to need to play defensive and then try to get some more chip damage off on his actual turn, if he can even manage to survive here. That's going to have to be his goal. Just a 2 attack coming in. But you know that the pistol can likely come in twice, so you got another 4 from the pistol. Jeremy's considering going off. Doing math, setting cards down, picking cards up, rolling it through in his head. I like to put dice together, generally. Put dice out, but like I need this much energy and I get this much damage. Remember, John's got 3 cards still in hand. Now he can keep himself alive with. This is a lethal attack coming in. So if Jeremy spends off his resources trying to go off here and doesn't make the kill, he won't get there. He'll just die to this 0 to 60. So what Jeremy can be considering is, we saw both of his lessons already gone. He could, which means that he has no more tutors effects. So he would have to look for some sort of sonic boom type of play here if he wants to make up the difference. He should have a blazing aether available. We know one of them got pitched to the bottom. So what Jeremy could be considering is rolling off the top. His real way to get there would be to roll off the top with and hope that there's a sonic boom there, or another way that he can continue to string stuff along. Get a pump sonic boom going, get the next card on top, hope it's a red damage source into a spring tunic, pay for a blazing aether at instant speed out of arsenal. It's going to be Jeremy's probably best look at it, but he's going to give it a try. He's going to crack Storm Striders already. Means the next card's able to play the instant. Remember, John's got a huge shields available. So here we go, Stir. Thanks to the energy potion. So this means that if Jeremy wants to find a kill here, he's gonna have to Stir Fork Lightning pumped with both Metacarpus Crucible, and then have hopefully enough energy in hand, another blue, to find a 0 cost damage spell on top, which would be a Blazing Aether. That Stir came out Arsenal, so we're looking at 4 cards in the hand still here for Jeremy. He could alternatively Stir into an Aether Spindle into a roll off the top. Hey, Bartosz, how you doing? Miss you today. There's that Sonic Boom. Here's what I thought. All right. Metacarpus knows what's going on in the Sonic Boom. We're going all out. So 3 from the Stir, 1 from the Crucible, 1 from the Metacarpus node. So 5 on top of the 3, so 8 total. The damage, Jeremy can look at the top and cast the spell on top if it's a wizard non-attack action for cost reduced by the number of damage Sonic Boom dealt. John blocks 4 of it, takes 4, falls to 8. So 4 damage in total. We're gonna keep a rolling tally in our heads here. Needs to find a lot of damage. So 1 card there still left in John. It's gonna be an Aether Flare. That could do it. He doesn't have the resources. I think maybe he need to keep the Sonic Boom back by 1. Because that definitely means Jeremy's not going to be able to go off the top with Kano. If he plays this and pitches it, he's guaranteed dead here. Oh no, this one's free, sorry. Aether Flare's free. And then Jeremy says you got it. So it must not have been another blue in hand. Because he could get another 3. John can only pitch 1, could have done 2 damage. Pump the next one up by 2. So then he would have had 6 total in terms of damage dealt for the turn, plus another 2 for 8. So then the Blazing Aether would have came in for 8. So if he had a blue in hand, he had a chance. Jeremy maybe didn't have it, couldn't send the run out. And so John will take it on that 0 to 60. For 2. That was a blue one. So Jeremy falls to -1. And John takes round number 1. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see Kano in the second round. But I have my hopes up. I always like seeing it. So Mechanologist took the day, which means that I definitely lost that one. Because if you follow along, you know what I vote for. Every time. So that does it here for round number 2. Or excuse me, round number 1. We'll catch you guys soon for round number 2. Oh, there it is. Don't go anywhere. We'll catch you guys shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. We got Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz on this fine Sunday afternoon for those of you joining us in person. We got round number 2 going on right here. We got Aaron and John gracing us again with his presence on the dash. Aaron himself on Chane. Aaron played a lot on Friday, so those that watched back the event or watched live on Friday, so Aaron do pretty well on this Chane. So we got, before we get started actually into the round, into the gameplay here, a little bit about Out of the Box Gaming. Out of the Box Gaming sponsoring this event, and we greatly appreciate that. Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina. They specialize in in-store play and, like TCG Player, a marketplace, excuse me, for trading card singles. So if you're in the market for some new cards, or you want to spice out that deck with some of those cool cold foils or rainbow foils, or even some of these more spicier deck options, check out Out of the Box Gaming in person or at outoftheboxgaming.com, and they'll get you what you need. So we'll go back into the gameplay here. Round 2 of 6. Like we said, Aaron on Chane, John on Dash. Dash took it in round number 1. So who do you got in round number 2 here? Do you got John again on Dash, or were you like me voting for that Kano and getting beat? So I am 0 for 1 today, par for the course. And we got Aaron on the Chanes. I think I'm gonna vote. I think I'm gonna vote for the Chane here. Chane's been a super monster. And so let's see what happens. Aaron's on the tempo play, so that's a little bit why it has my vote. It looks like Catherine tried to get a message across, but didn't quite hit the buttons correctly. It's a skill. But anyways, me and Streamer to be named here, sitting in the production booth, excited to bring you full coverage of this, of Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz event. We enjoy everybody coming out here to play and everybody coming out here to watch. Bring up that live chat, guys, if you want to see that. But that message is gone. Good try, Catherine. Maybe next time. So, Zipper Hit coming in for 3. Aaron had blocked the previous attack. He used his grasp as well there, so that's why you see the counter there on the grasp. This time he takes a 3. Falls on 17, so John gets first blood today. Or he gets first blood in round 2. He's actually gotten first blood in both rounds here. Not too shabby. John, though, has that money mechanologist card. Call it money mech. Spark of Genius. Gets to go get a mechanologist card. Comes out onto the battlefield right away. And he gets to draw a card because he boosted this turn. So not too shabby. Look at that. So, John, gonna end the turn there. Induction chamber out onto the field. Got to draw a card. Gonna choose to arsenal that, I believe, and draw up. Eventually draw up. Oh, hold on, actually. Hold on. We may be on John's instep. Well, prior to instep, this isn't like magic. Catherine thinking Chane's gonna draw up. Okay, here we go. So, no, it wasn't. John drew up. Aaron's actually just firing this off on his turn. Banishes the seed, so chose +1/+1 and a banish to draw. So he's 2 cards back in the hands. Grasp getting activated. There's a rune chant. Going to come in on the next attack. Seeds is also going to pump up the next attack by 1 arcane damage.
Did he banish?
Ooh, excuse me here, guys. We need to correct this real quick. The seeds got banished off the attack action. So hold on. I might have been muted the whole time, so we'll see. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, hopefully I wasn't muted early in the round. I'll have to go back and check, because I might have when I looked. I think I was good. We'll see. If not, that might have been why Streamer to the Name was yelling at me over here. If you couldn't hear it, that'd be a good indication. Nah, I'm just messing. I jest. So a little bit of clarification there. We had to walk back on the Art of War there. So Art of War does specify attack action card, and we caught it early enough that the seeds was banished there and would not be a legal banish, so we had to revert back because the draw cards had hit the hand, it hit the hidden zone. What we did, we just had a Had to shuffle those cards back because we couldn't distinguish which cards were the actual draw. So it was a random 2 cards that went back there on top. So hopefully it didn't mess up Aaron too hard there. And as I'm yapping, Aaron seeds in a Nebula Blade to come in for 4. The web, it has go again thanks to the shackle. So the shackle allowed this Nebula Blade to come in. Seeds gave it a non-attack action there, so it came in for a 4 total. John blocked a little bit, fell to 18. And so Aaron's gonna continue on with a Command and Conquer to come in for 6 with 1 arcane. So we got it all cleaned up there. Sorry about that, guys, for the delay. And John's going to take all of the 7. He's going to go down to, I believe, 11. Or, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. +1 from the Art of War. So it was 7 total, +1 arcane. It's 8 total. John falls to 10. My bad. You know what? Get a little bit, give a little bit. Yeah, I think there's a song about that. I'm not too sure, but we get there at the end of the day. We get there. So as Catherine says, I think Chane's got it. Just strong overall at Rhodes. I agree. Chane is so far the meta pick for a Road to Nationals card. Has the highest showing there in top 8. I'm not sure on his conversion percentage of top 8s to wins. But key thing to note is that there's a lot of Chanes out there. So if you play Chane, there's a good chance you make it. So over to John's turn. 2 cards in hand. Starts off with a 0 to 60. Aaron took it, fell to 15. Then we got the Teklo Core, or the Teklo Foundry Heart. Banished top 2. 2 energy there. Because there was 2 Mechnologist cards that went in there. So high speed impact, boosted, coming in. Coming in for 4. If it hits, it can pump up the next attack with Dominate. So, crucially here, it's the next attack you boost this combat chain. So, he can't give the pistol Dominate, but he can give the 0 to 60 Dominate. So, we got a 4 go again Dominate. Or no, excuse me, it didn't hit. So, 0 to 60 does not have the Dominate. It could have. It could have. As we were talking, I had missed the block. Aaron's still at 15. John at 10. Now, Aaron's considering. John's got 1 card still in hand, so we could still see a pair of pistol attacks. I feel like a pirate when I say that. A pair of pistols, pirate. Onomatopoeia. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Am I a pirate or not? Why is P a pirate's favorite letter? Because without it, he'd be irate. There's more where that came from there, guys. But like I said, pistol getting loaded up. And here we go. Pistol coming in for 2. That's the last bit of resources that John had floating. Aaron takes a 2. A little bit of reaction there. Gives it a go again. I'm sure we're going to see another load up. Loading up the chamber. And the pistol. He's going to fire the pistol. And Aaron will take 2 more. So, not too shabby. So, Aaron's sitting at 11. John's sitting at 10. Got that pair of pistols. Oh, it just flows. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Am I going crazy? If I'm going crazy, hit that like button. If I'm not going crazy, hit that like button as well. But for both cases, come and join us on the Discord server. Come and play. We'd love to have you here at our events. We'd love to see you. Get you up here on the big screen, that's for sure. So Aaron coming in, starting with the... Well, not coming in, I'm sorry. It's Chane, starting with the seeds. This one's a blue, though, so it's going to be a 0-cost attack action. Gets the Arcane, Soul Shackle, number 2. Okie dokie. All right, so my bad there. I'm getting distracted over here. Aaron coming in. This time shadow puppetry. Banished a plunder run. So this is coming in, go again. Thanks to the shackle. So shadow puppetry, or yeah, shadow puppetry. No, oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, I took out your didn't hear. I'm sorry there, guys. It's the banish. It's the banish one to pay to reduce his costs. Oh God. Oh Jesus, this is this is a pain. Okay. 10-5. Well, I was muted. Okay. Yeah, this is going very professional. Oh my God. Aaron should be at 9. It should be 9-5. Aaron to John. What? Life totals backwards there. So John coming in 0-60, and then a zipper. 5 total, go again. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, we usually keep it pretty professional up around here, but I think the pirate jokes got us. I'm sorry about that. We're over here going crazy. Oh boy. Well, if you're watching this back on YouTube, maybe don't hit the dislike button, I guess is all we can ask. My bad. So I'm over here completely missing the action. John, Teklo has a floating resource there. Pistol. Into a pistol attack. Woo! Pistol coming in for 2. You know, I kind of hope John takes it right now. We can get some more pair pistol action. Come on, I'll come at you with some more pirate jokes. So every round that we get for John, I'll hit us with another pirate joke. How does that sound? Woo! Boy. So Aaron takes 2, falls to 7. John giving it go again. Nah, John's thinking about it. Yeah, sorry about this, John and Aaron, when you go to rewatch your match. I definitely know there were spaces there where the mute button didn't work and then the mute button did. So, you know, maybe you can see a little bit behind the scenes action. So, just always just trying to make sure we clarify. Sometimes it's hard to catch some of the action that moves a little bit quick. So we just want to make sure that we get it right for everybody. So this time, so that was another an attack for 3 coming in. Off the yellow zipper hit was John's last action. So Aaron takes another 3 after an extra bit and falls to 3 total. So 3-5 going into Aaron's turn. He does have the carrying husk there and banish. So you know he's taking 1. So effectively at 2 kind of life. John could theoretically put the shields up and just stonewall defense here. And let Aaron kill himself off with this blood debt. But anyways, as I'm yapping, Seeds of Agony into... No, was that... Oh, God, I missed the other one. I'm sorry, I didn't catch him. All right, so Unhallowed, there it is. Unhallowed Rights coming at him. Whew. Sometimes hard to see the card art. Trying to get familiar with it. Love this new card art, though. Look at that. Chain action. Just getting some sort of ritual going on. I don't know. What type of ritual you think they summon in? They empowering this guy? Is that what it is? Unhallowed. Probably answers the question. So, John blocks a little bit of it. Falls to 2, or takes 2, falls to 3 though, and then Aaron comes in with a Nebula Blade for 4. Whew. This round might find its way missing on the YouTubes. Nah, I wouldn't do that. You get to see all the action, good or bad. So John overblocks it by 2 there. It doesn't take any damage. 2 to 3. Aaron takes 1 from the blood debt off the carrion. So into John's turn. Again, incentivized to just shield up, chip away with this pistol. It's exactly what it's going to do. Loads. And get ready. He's going to fire away. Pew, pew. Shooting with the pistol for 2. And then he's going to give it go again. He's going to load it up. He's going to shoot it again. So Aaron blocks 2. All of these pistol attacks are lethal. So Aaron does have to block them. Has no equipment left available to block with it. So we'll have to bring a card out of hand. So this could be John's strategy. Defend up, stonewall, blood debt. You know you're getting there in 2 turns. Guaranteed. Well, minus a sigil, but most likely. Okay, so Eve Strike's a miss there, but Unhallowed Rites and Shadow are good hits for Aaron on the Soul Shackles. He can give Shadow go again by banishing a card as well. So he can even buff up his banish zone. Ooh, another onomatopoeia, right? We'll see. So pitch a Shadow. Starts with the Evan. So he wants to draw a card. He's going to banish Seeds. It's a blue one, though. So that will trigger off the Shadow. So he will draw a card. Aaron starts with the Seeds. No sweat there. There's the Shadow. Banishes a Bounding Demigod. So the Shadow does have go again. And then Aaron can Shackle to give his next attack go again. And to come in with the Bounding and the Unhallowed Rites. And that will clear out his Banish Zone besides the Carrion Husk. So Aaron will take 1 at the end of this. Hopefully he can end out the turn here. John blocks blocks the damage, takes 1 on the Arcane. Took from the Seeds. So Bounding Demigod coming in for 4. +1 because it came out of Banish. John blocks 1. Or excuse me, blocks 3. Takes 1. Goes to 1. Lots of 1s here. Aaron's got 1 more attack at Unhallowed Rites. Coming in for 4. Seeds is the choice to the bottom there. John blocks 6. Woo! All right. So here we go. John's out of cards completely. Aaron falls to 1. Aaron's guaranteed dead on his next turn. John, can he survive on 4 cards? He's facing down a lot of shackles, though, and a full grip here from Aaron. My guess would be no. A little bit of clarification on the Arcane Barrier. John does have it on the boots. Aaron was considering just making a rune chant and getting in there. Let's see. John needs some luck here. So far, 50-50. I don't know about that. Still 4 cards to work with in hand there from Aaron. He can give at least 1 attack go again. So John needs a little bit of luck. Has a blue pitch here. So meet and greets the pitch for the action. Let's see what the action is. He's thinking. He's debating. Makes a Soul Shackle first. Coming in with a Ghostly Visit for 4. So that will take 2 cards out of the hand here for John. I hope he keeps a blue that he can pitch for... Oh, no, excuse me. He didn't Soul Shackle there. I guess the dice had just got knocked away. So Snapdragons to give it go again. John does have to be aware that there's a potential to make a rune chant here of the grasp. Meet and greet here for 4, so that means John's gonna need another 2 cards out of the hand. There it is. He's open. Aaron just needs to come in with 1 more attack. Doesn't matter what it is. Command and Conquer for 6 will do it. All right. So, Aaron, after a wild game, we unfortunately don't get any more pistol jokes. Or, excuse me, yeah, pistol and pirate jokes. That could have gotten pretty spicy there when you think about it. So, it probably is a good thing that we didn't get any more pistol pirate jokes. So, I'll let you decide what a pirate's pistol really is. And you can tell me in the comments. But that'll wrap it up here for round number 2 after a amazingly professional little event. So sorry about that, guys, but we'll catch you there in rounds number 3. So don't go anywhere. It'll be a quick one. And so we'll go into 3 out of 6 coming at you here shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. We got Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz. Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina. They specialize in-store play and a marketplace for trading card singles. I know you can get what you want there, so go ahead and they will get you. They can ship it to you, or you can pick it up there in person if you can drive into Thomasville. So go ahead and check them out at outoftheboxgaming.com and build that second classic constructed deck. Get ready for your next skirmish or Road to Nationals event, or just play along with your buddies. Like me, I got my girlfriend a deck, and we get to play all the time, so she doesn't leave me. But anyways, that's enough about me. Back into the game. We're here in round 3. We got 2 new players to grace the screen for us today. Chris on Chane and Kurt on the Bravo. So we got a wide range of heroes so far. We've seen Kano, we've seen Dash, now we got Bravo and Chane. So it's been a super mix. You could say blend it up, our mixing pot. But anyways, enough of the analogies. We're going into Chris's turn 1. And he's going to start by making a Soul Shackle and coming in with the Nebula Blade. So a 2 damage total on this swing. The Nebula Blade's not pumped up here by Chris. And so just 1 arcane damage and the 1 on the basic power of the Nebula Blade. Kurt is likely going to be able to block all of this. Considering, though, maybe he wants to keep it. Maybe he's got a good hand. Kurt's rocking 1 no rune there with the headpiece. And the rest of it is the standard Bravo equipment minus the Mage Master's boots. A very interesting choice there, but not super uncommon. It is a generic boot option. So back in at it, Kurt gonna block the arcane and block the physical. You can see a little bit of Chris's hand there, but hey, you know what? That's all right. It's not super tight on the rules, and I'm sure Kurt's looking away. But I did see an Art of War there in Chris's hand, which is a big chain option. I do like the fact that he kept it. A lot of times you'll see players send it right away, especially even on their turn 1. But Chris was dedicated, was smart, and he kept it. I assume he Soul Shackled on his turn as well, even though I don't know if he did. I'm assuming. So Kurt started with the sigil, gain 3. Pitches the Showtime. So coming in for 4 at the moment. The classic Bravo strategy, though, is to pitch another card, get a pummel in there, and pump it up to 10. Chris falls to 16. No reactions here. And Kurt is okay with that. So just a 4 damage here from Kurt. 7 life total swing in total for him this turn. Arsenal's a card, draws up to 4. 16 to 23 as we go into Chane's turn 2. He did not Soul Shackle. So this Chane is not chaining himself down, keeping himself nice and free as Chris starts in with the Art of War. So he's going to banish. And I believe the pump. Draws the 2. Doesn't like the 2 he drew. Said it is super disappointing. So Chris now deciding what he wants to do. Could make a rune chant. Get in with a little bit more arcane. Got to make up 7 life the disadvantage here. Ooh, rocking with the ebb and pull. Wants to get a card into banish. So 2 sources floating because that's a blue pitch there from the seeds. He's going to banish a card from the hand to draw a card. So it's red and hollowed rice to draw. So he will be able to play both of those out of the banish zone. Activates some Soul Shackle for the first go again. And we'll likely see the Ghostly Visit come in. Oh, never mind. Nebula Blade coming in for 1. Should be 4. Let me double check. Let me fix that.
It's not.
You know what? I get caught. I get fixed right before I go for it. Art of War is not a non-attack action. It is an instant. I bamboozled myself. I catch that all the time, and I'm like, ooh, I get to catch another one, and got it myself. So sorry about that. 1 damage came in. Kurt took the 1. Chris gets a rune chant, and then Shadow Puppetry gives +1 and go again. I assume comes out of the banish zone. Yeah, wanted to do with 1 card from his hand, but opted not to. Ghostly Visit to start. Pitches a Riftbind. So he's not going to be able to pay for this unhollowed. So gets +2, so it should be 6 go again. All right, just wanted to get a clarification there on the actual attack power. 6. Chris had indicated 5, but it's actually 6. And 1 rune chant. So a total of 7 coming at Kurt. So there's that life disadvantage that Chris needed to make up. Now, he was the turn player, though, so technically would still be down on the if it was even, but it is still definitely a good try. One card in hand here for Chris. So I showed that he would be able to pay for the unharmed rights. I'm sorry, I thought he was out of cards in hand. Kurt's gonna take the rune chant. He blocked 4, took 2, and then we forgot about the rune chant. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah, he took it.
So I just missed it. He had already took it earlier. Excuse me. Went from 22 to 21, then down to 19 after the 2 block, as I'm being clearly indicated. So that'll show me. Turns out I need a Red Bull. Luckily, I got that, sponsored by... Not yet, unfortunately. Not yet. Probably never. Let's be real. But one can dream, right? So Chris makes a rune chant there. He's at a... Takes the unhollowed damage, falls to 15, but he did make himself a rune chant. So, in the Kurt's turn, he's got 3 cards in hand to work with and a card in arsenal. Actually, he should have 4 cards to work with and a card in arsenal. I'm sorry, he didn't block. He blocked with his equipment. So, Kurt's got all the cards to work with and 4 life to the advantage. Pops his Mage Master Boots. Gives a go again to his next non-attack action. Ooh, it's a tome from Arsenal, so he's going to draw 2, gain 5 life. Hello. Oh, money. Oh my gosh, Kurt, please chill. The game starts to be 20 to 20 life total, but Kurt's like, nah, baby. You can't knock this down. So Kurt goes up to 24. He's gained a total of 8 life total of 8 life for himself this game. Creates a Seismic Surge token thanks to Tectonic Plating. So one to the Mage Masters, 1 to the Tome, 1 to the Tectonic Plating. So he's out of resources. Still has 4 cards in hand though, 5 cards in hand thanks to the Tome +2. So Bravo's ability, next attack is Dominate. This is gonna get spicy. Let's see it. Where's that Crippling Crush? Okay, so the 7 total. You got it. Send it, baby. Yeah, Crippling Crush is going to do it. 11 attack, 11 dominate coming in. If it hits with 4 or more, Chris will have to discard 2 cards. So he needs to at least get up to 8 here. He needs to get up to 8 block to avoid discarding 2. Nice. It's a dominated attack, though, so Chris can only throw 1 card from the hand. So right now he's indicated both of his equipment pieces. That is a carrion husk there. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total with the 1 card out of the hand. But Chris will now have to throw that carrion husk into the banish zone. And the grasp has a counter on it. So Kurt, nice sequencing of attack. Up to 24. Had a very spooky 11 power coming in. But over back into Chris's turn. Soul Shackle finds the seeds. Appears to be a red one. So has the seeds and unhallowed rites in his banish zone. Starts with the seeds. So that's going to be active on all of his attacks. I believe it's a red one. Or am I? I can't tell. He slid it just out of view. I'm being told yellow, I think. I'm being told yellow, so we'll find out. Shouldn't matter too much here. Chris deciding now what he wants to do. He has Soul Shackled. So pitches a shadow, makes another rune chant. It does cost the shackle, I believe. Yep, because it's the next rune blade, next action. So Chris coming in with an E-Strike for 7. He doesn't need to put a card on bottom. There's his last card to the bottom. Leaves the unhallowed rites in the banish zone again. So we have 7 total on physical and 3 arcane. So 10 total here from Chris. Not too shabby. Chris didn't have the resources available to do anything more here, so he didn't really mind soul shackling early. Didn't want to forget it. Now Kurt's thinking, I got 24 life. This is only 10. I could probably take that. Which is a very spooky thing. And this is not even off blessings, guys. This is off generics. That was a tome and a sigil. Anybody could do that. Yep, Kurt takes 10. Okay. Sensei, he's got a seismic surge token he wants to work with. He's got 4 cards in hand and 1 card in arsenal he wants to work with, and he knows there's nothing more going on, and his opponent gets to take 2 from the Blood Debt, Unhallowed Rites, and the Carrion Husk there in the banish zone. So Kurt looking to come in with another crushing attack. Hopefully it doesn't cripple Chris too hard. He might have to dig deep into that cranium of his to find an answer here. So on to Kurt, dominated attack, 1 floating, crush the weakest pitch. We got 5 total into a spinal. Kurt trying to snap some backs here. Yeah, 9 dominate. If Chris takes 4 or more damage, he will not gain go again. Kurt has 1 card in hand, 1 in arsenal, so not likely to come out of here with any more reactions, but or any more actions, because he has no more actions remaining. Will likely keep it. So right now, Chris blocks 2, takes 7, tries to keep his life total high. He will not have go again here, so he could potentially get roasted out pretty hard to these shackles. We got 14-6. Kurt's going to go ahead and leave that spinal crush out there to indicate that there is a crush effect. And there's another sigil. Woo! Kurt! 11 life total this game. Goes up to 17. Kurt, please. Blitz is supposed to be back and forth. It's like a tempo, like a rush game. And you're just saying, I'm having all of this life. It's like he's playing Classic Constructed. Woo! Look at that. So, hold on a second. Let me get in here. Okay. So yeah, we're back. Just a little, Kurt's just a little clarification there for Chris is that the he would not have an action if he made a soul shackle there. So wants to have a little competitive game. Good job, Kurt. We appreciate that. So Chris is just going to come in with a flock of the Feather Walkers for 5, trying to create a quicken token, and Chris will take 3 on the Blood Debt. So Kurt will take the 5. Falls down to 12. Remember, he gained 11 life this game already. And none of it's been through any Bravo specific cards. So Chris takes his 3. Falls to 3. Ooh. It's rough. So Kurt, I'm going to start things off. Makes a Seismic Turge. Command and Conquer with the 2 floating. Coming in for 6. I would imagine that maybe Kurt has a pummel here as well. I don't know if it's well, pummel could end the game here. Chris is gonna block 6. Kurt has the pummel. Yep, there it is. Up to 9. 9 over 6 means Kurt's gonna take it. Woo! Sitting at a healthy 12 life total. Remember, he gained 11 this game. So if he had not, consider that. Chris is mentioning that is a lot of life gain. Ooh. So not too shabby there, but that'll wrap it up here for rounds number 3. We're halfway there, guys, because we got 6 rounds total. You know, check in. We might try to buy the licensing rights to that song so we can I jest again, but yeah, that'll wrap it up here for us in round number 3. Stay tuned. Round number 4 is going to come at you quick, fast, and in a hurry, so don't blink or you'll miss it, and we'll catch you guys shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms weekly event. We've got Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz. It's myself, Brent, alongside the streamer to be named, and we're excited to bring you this coverage. We're going into round 4 of 6, so we just hit our halfway point at the conclusion of the last round / the start of this one. But before we talk about that, we got to talk a little bit about Out of the Box Gaming, who is graciously sponsoring this event. I may not even pronounce that correctly. But Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina. They got in-store play and a marketplace for trading card singles. So if you're watching this back on YouTube or you're watching the live stream, check them out. outoftheboxgaming.com and take a look at what they got. I know they got some spicy stuff if you're looking for maybe some cold foil stuff, some rainbow foil, or just some crazier pieces like you're missing the Crucible second wave stuff still. Out of the Box Gaming can get it to you. So that's Out of the Box Gaming in person in Thomasville, North Carolina, or at outoftheboxgaming.com. So we'll get back into the gameplay here. And we got Oscar, a local hometown hero for the stream, against Kurt. Again, Kurt won his previous round in round 3 with the Bravo against the Chane. But Oscar's going to try to go ahead and take one for the home team here. So Oscar's got my vote on the Dorinthea. So Oscar started on Sharpened Steel with the Dawnblade. So up to 6. Oscar and Kurt have, from what I hear, a lot of history playing against each other. Oscar says that he usually takes it. He usually takes it. That one's for you, Oscar. That one's for you. So I hope they don't get too much hate when they walk it back. No, so for the most part, they usually say they play like 4 or 5 a.m. when Oscar's real tired, and Kurt a lot of times takes it when he's playing the Bravo. But my money is on Oscar gets it this time. He is our turn 1 player. Kurt will be our tempo guy. Big point there for Bravo. Gives him more cards to work with in the hand. Get those bigger crushing effects on his turn 1. So right now, Kurt is going to trigger Reprise. 6 over 3 at the moment. So Oscar's getting in there as it stands. So as we go into reactions, Oscar, you don't need to fire anything away, but he's going to choose to. Singing Steelblade. Oh, he may go for a route. Oh, no, Glisten, excuse me. It's going to be a Glisten. So that way it gives his Dawnblade go again and not have to pop his bolters. Okay, I'm completely wrong. Iron Song. Iron Song response is the card that the Singing Steel Blade banished. Kurt wants to react there before the Iron Song comes in. And so Kurt's going to come in with an unmovable. I think Oscar needed to take a Glisten here, potentially. But that would have meant I would have been incorrect on the call had he actually gone for that. And this Dawnblade would not have a hit to get Dorinthea's effect. So Oscar's going to react for an out for blood to give it another 3, up to 13. So 13 over 8 means Kurt takes 5, falls to 15. And Dawnblade, Oscar just straight up, he must have watched the last stream, or like we said, they have a lot of game experience, said, how much are you healing? Kurt says, not this turn. So Kurt draws up. Oscar draws up as well. Kurt gives him a nice turn. Oscar did, though, use his red Out for Blood, his red Iron Song, and his Singing Steel Blade. So that means that his kind of bigger turns are going to be a little limited. Something to keep in mind later. But over on Kurt's side, it's going to be crazy straight up. It's going to be a dominated Spinal Crush for 9 dominate. 1 floating technically, but doesn't really matter. Doesn't go anywhere. The Tectonic Blading had already been used to make that Seismic Surge token for next turn. Oscar clarifying what the Crush effect is. It's a lose go again. We saw that to pretty decent effect in the last round, as it kind of negated the Crush effect, negated Chane, who likes go again, almost like a ninja, like a shadowy ninja. Close enough. Oscar now just deciding what he wants to do. He does have equipment he can use to block with. His skull cap only blocks for 1 though, so he's got 2 on the bracers, 1 on the legs, 1 on the head, and potentially 3 from the hand. So looks like he's going to block for 3 here at the moment, taking 6, going into reactions, likely a Sync Blow or a Steel Blade Shunt. So it's a blue one. Warrior's Valor is the pitch. So 7 total. It's going to block for 4 to add on to the 3. And there's no Crush effect here from Kurt. So Oscar's free to do what he wants on his turn. Counter on the Refraction Boulders there. Counter on the Gauntlets. The Brave Forge Bracers. Brave Forge Bracers allow Oscar to pump a second weapon attack if a weapon hits. So Steel Blade Supremacy. +2 to the Dawnblade. If it hits, Oscar will draw a card. Crucially here, though, he can stack this effect with his Refraction Boulders. He puts the boulders on the chain first, then the Steel Blade Supremacy on hit effect. He'll draw a card and then can choose whether or not to destroy his bracers to give that Dawnblade go again. We do see that he has a counter available, or a resource available in his pitch zone to be able to swing again. Additionally, if he finds a card he likes. Tunics only at 2 counters, so no extra energy from there. Kurt's deciding. Does he let this hit? Doesn't have go again at the straight. Isn't the biggest attack in the world, but Kurt doesn't want to deal with this at all. That +2 will be active for the entire turn with the Steel Blade Supremacy. This is not your next weapon attack. Not a once per turn thing. It is going to be valid for the entire turn on this Dawnblade. So if Kurt wants to block it, now would be a good time to do so. But he's deciding. He must have a pretty crippling hand. So no cards in hand there for Oscar. It should be a fairly straightforward decision here from Kurt when he finds out what line he wants to take. There's no extra shenanigans, no hidden information that Kurt has to consider. So he is working with a complete knowledge of this board state. Ooh, looks like he wants to unmovable. Keep his equipment. So blue movable will do it. Blocks it up. Oscar calls it good, and we move on. So Kurt used 2 cards out of the hand. Like he might not, means he might only be able to get a hammer attack this turn. Goes with the tome. Oh no, pitches the tome. Sorry. With a Command and Conquer. So Oscar doesn't have anything in the arsenal. He could take this for 6 and get the skull cap active. Who do you got in this matchup, guys? I told you I have Oscar. He's going to take it for the home team, the home stream team here. But Kurt's going to try to keep his streak alive. Hopefully Kurt graces us with his presence more often and more events. It's his first time checking us out, and so far he's having a pretty good run at it, I would say. Very spicy wins. Remember, in his deck, he's got a lot of life available in his deck. Something that Oscar may want to keep in mind. If he starts trying to race, he may not come out on top. Oscar blocks 3 of it. So, Kurt, a little bit sad he doesn't have a defense reaction that he can arsenal. And we move on. So, Kurt draws it back to 4. Over to Oscar's turn. To start with the Tunic, up to 3. It is now active, and Oscar has 3 cards in hand to work with. 20 Blades of pitch, Dawnblade coming in for 3. That tells me Oscar has a source that he can give this Dawnblade go again, potentially in hand. Kurt's even mentioning that this pitch in this 20 Blade is pretty wild. I would agree, but maybe Oscar just wants to super pump this up. Could have an Iron Song, could have an Out for Blood, could have a Stroke of Foresight. All of those require 1. 20 Blade is a yellow pitch, so Oscar's got 1 resource floating to pay for it. And if he wanted to, he could, if this Dawnblade does hit, and he does use the resource for an attack reaction, he could always pop his boots and use the counter on the Tunic to swing in again. Kurt wants to force him to do whatever. So he's going to block 3. Reprise is not active. So that could change up the math here from Oscar. Ooh, overpowered. Sends the overpowered just to pump it up by 3. Or excuse me. By 4. I'm sorry. So up to 7. Into a 3 block, 4 total. So pop the boots to give it go again. Use the Tunic counter after pumping with the bracers to come in for another 4. And then Kurt takes 4. So Oscar will get his counter on the Dawnblade. So 15 to 7 is our life total here. Kurt wanted to keep a tempo advantage here. Used his health as a resource. Remember, he gained 11 in the previous turn. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see any more of that. Does have 2 red sigils left in his deck, so 6 life he could potentially still be working at. But Kurt, this time, just coming in with straight attacks. There's that crippling hand I was talking about. Crippling Crush coming in for 11 Dominate. And if it hits, Oscar will discard 2 cards from the hand. He does not have the equipment available to be able to block this without a red Steelblade Shunt, I believe. Let's see here. Yep, a red Steelblade Shunt could give it to him. Actually, a yellow could also get there. He can block 1 on the Skullcap, 1 on the Bracers, and that's assuming he wants to keep his Tunic. So he could block 2 there. Then he would need to find another 6. So avoid the crush effect. So that would actually be the red Steelblade Shunt. If he throws his Tunic in front of there, he could get away with the yellow. Remember, this is dominated. It's only 1 card out of Oscar's hand. It's really putting him in the tank. No blocks there. It means he's going to discard 2 and fall to 4. Woo! All right. These are 2 cards at random, too. So, oh my gosh. Is Bravo the answer here to Dorinthea? Is Kurt just absolutely unstoppable here? Is he unmovable? Excuse me. Let me say that correctly. Oh no. Stroke and Spoils of War get discarded. Oscar didn't have a choice what went. It was a random discard. I can't say that that's probably the best cards to go, but hey, Sharpened Steel with a Dawnblade. So he can still actually action on this turn. So not too bad. It's going to be an attack for 7. Thanks to the counter on the Dawnblade. This is a lethal attack at Kurt. Potentially. Remember, Kurt does play both red sigils. So 7 straight up. Oscar, no more cards in hand. So Kurt has 100% information here. Kurt, just clarifying what Oscar has to block with. I think he's considering another huge dominated attack. Well, I mean, that is what Bravo does, to be fair, but I think he's trying to math out whether or not he can just straight up kill Oscar on this turn. And it's possible. Kurt does have equipment available he can use. He is considering, though. My bet would be Kurt is just going to throw his some equipment in front of the way and then use all the cards in his hands to come in with a dominated attack and finish the game off. Dominated Spinal Crush would do it. Dominated Crippling Crush would also do it. Effectively, though, the Spinal Crush comes in for 9. So remember, he's got... Actually, no, excuse me. He does have enough blocks. So a dominated Spinal Crush would not do it because Oscar would have 2 on the Skull Cap if Kurt stays above in life total. If Kurt falls down below that to turn the Skull Cap off, Oscar would be looking at 3 block total on equipment. Might be something Kurt's taking into consideration here. Taking a minute to think about it. What would you do in this situation? Would you let this hit you? I'm not a big Bravo player, so those Bravo fans out there, let me know. But I think he's going to do what I had mentioned, is that he's just going to throw the chess piece in front of it and keep his hand. But also throw in the bracers once to get another life. Blocking 3, taking 4. Kurt falls to 3, which means that Skullcap is now inactive. And so we move into Kurt's turn. That could change the math here. So Kurt coming in with an activation of Bravo to start. It was a yellow pitch and nothing floating. All right. A little bit of a walk back there. Blue one there to make a search. And then another 5. So this is not one of the big attacks. No, it is Spinal Crush. There we go. Coming in for 9. So Spinal Crush unfortunately can't get there even with the Dominate thanks to the equipment that Oscar has available to him. Can block for 3, and then Oscar can throw 3 out of the hand. That can even avoid the crush effect here. Well, has to avoid the crush effect here or he dies, because he's sitting at 4 life. But all of his equipment block plus a card from hand would be 6, and that is if there's no defense reactions. Oscar could, though, have defense reactions. We're still waiting on red Steel Blades. Ooh, the fact that he's throwing all 3 of equipment there means it's not going to be a defense reaction. So blocking 6. Kurt lamenting the fact that he forgot Tunic could block for 1. And so Oscar will take 3, fall to 1. And Oscar will have 3 cards left in hand to work with. This Dawn Blade's coming in for lethal every swing. Now, Oscar doesn't have equipment to give it go again, but may have cards in hands. We have yet to see a glint. I keep calling it glisten, but glint. So Iron Dawn Determination is going to give this Dominate. Hold up. Hold up. We might see this here. 5 Dominate, nothing floating. Does Oscar have an Iron Song response to end this out? Potentially. Nah, Kurt is playing Bravo, though, so we got to consider unmovables. Could come up on top of this. Oh, boy. So you know it's not going to be a glint fire off because Oscar's not going to have any energy available to swing back in for this Dawn Blade unless Kurt triggers a reprise and then Oscar would draw a card. So potential actually on the glint. I take that back. So it looks like Kurt, I believe, has 2 block available. 1 on the helm and 1 on the plating. Or no, maybe I have that backwards. Potentially has 1 block available. I am not sure. I'd have to... Oh, I don't remember. I'm not a big Bravo player. But Kurt is definitely telling me here I should be. That is for sure. Doing well. All right, so Kurt going long and deep into the tank. He's thinking about this. No blocks goes to reactions. No reactions from Oscar straight up. Kurt gonna pitch 6. Come in with a staunch for 9. Holy smokes. Oscar, if Oscar has a glint here, he actually gets away with this. It could take the game right there, but no, he doesn't. So a glint there would, well, no, excuse me. Downblade would not have triggered the Dorinthea effect. I'm sorry. Would have needed a twinning blade as well. My bad. I got a little excited there for a second. But Kurt, popping his helm. 3-1 going into Kurt's. So that means Kurt's just going to draw up an extra one and pass the turn. Oscar's going to have 4 cards in hand and 1 in arsenal to do it. Oscar may take this at 1 life because another Iron Song. Kurt is laughing because he knows he's in trouble. This Dawnblade is coming in for 4 dominate. Woo! 2 floating, 2 cards in hand, 1 in arsenal. You know this is it. Singing Steel Blades are still active. Routes are definitely still active. Kurt is in trouble. I think Oscar takes it. I was right. This one's for you, Oscar. He's got it. So reactions. Nothing from Oscar yet. We're going to have another staunch response here from Kurt. That's what it appears. Oh, boy. Kurt pitched 6. Hasn't done it yet. It's definitely going to be a staunch. Yep. Coming in. 9 block. Have the glint, Oscar. Iron Song response. All right, so bring it up to 7. Singing Steel Blade. All right, Singing Steel Blade into probably an overpower here. Let's see what he grabs. Yep, into the overpowered. Coming in for 14 total. Gotta love the overpowered. It's costly, it's pricey, but boy, it gives you by 6. So 14 over 9, but Kurt has a sigil. Goes up to 6. So Kurt's going to take 5 and fall to 1. We got a 1 apiece. Woo! Spicy ball game here. Oscar refuses to be crushed. Is going to fight back with all of his might. Now, both of his Iron Songs are now gone. But he will get a chance on his own turn. He is actually going to have to block as the shunt. Oh! There it is. Finally been waiting for it. The red shunt. Oscar takes it. Like I said, Oscar got it. It's going to get it. See, I got to get at least 1 correct nowadays. So, wow, what a close matchup. So, that sigil, though, was pretty money. But that'll do it here for round number 2. Oscar considering getting the route on the Singing Steel Blade, which I thought was also an option there for him to potentially do it. If he thought that Kurt couldn't pay for the staunch response again. But end of the day, Oscar still got there. The shunts, you hate to see it, but you love to see it sometimes. In this case, you get that 1 damage. Oh boy. So Oscar takes the halfway game and moves on here in round number 4. So that'll wrap it up. Remember, this is Uncharted Realms, one of Uncharted Realms' weekly event, brought to you by Out of the Box. Well, it's Out of the Box Gaming's Army participant, brought to you by us, Uncharted Realms. That was a little bit of a word mingle, but I got there eventually. So Out of the Box Gaming sponsoring this. Remember, check them out at outoftheboxgaming.com. All right, that does it here in round number 4. We'll catch you in round number 5 shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms weekly event. We got Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz. Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina. They have in-store play and a marketplace for trading card singles. So if you're in the market for a new deck, or you just can't find that last spicy, shiny piece you need online for a good price, check out outoftheboxgaming.com and they can help get it to you. So, back into the gameplay here. Oscar and Rich are going to be our round 5 opponents. This is our second to last round here. Oscar on the Dorinthea yet again. Took it against Bravo in the last round, in round 4. But this time his opponent is Rich. Both rich in name and in spirit. And in resources right now, as we go into his turn 1, into a dominated crippling crush to start us off. Woo! That starts off pretty spicy. I'm not sure if Oscar is really going to want to use equipment to block here. Remember, he will draw up at the end of this round. So, something to keep in mind there. The question is going to be, how much life does he want to lose? Who do you got here? Do you got Rich or do you got Oscar? I'm going to go with Oscar again. Even though this is a pretty spicy here, turn 1 from Rich, I think Dorinthea is pretty strong. I do like seeing the Bravo, but I need to get another W. Because so far today, I've been taking all of them L's on my guesses. How are you doing on your guesses? I assume better than my ratio. I've gotten 1 right now. And speaking of 1, Oscar will keep 1 card after this. We'll discard 2 here at random. But again, he will draw up at the end of this turn. So, Rich takes 2. Thanks to that crippling crush coming in for a total of 8. We see a glint and a sharpened steel going into the bin. And Oscar draws back up. Rich draws back up. And we got a 8 life disadvantage to start from Oscar. It's like he's playing Kano almost. Except Oscar can't function on his opponent's turn unless it's a shunt, which we did see get him the victory in our last round. So Oscar coming in, sharpened steel to start. Into Dawnblade. This is a total for 6. Oscar will be our tempo player. 1 counter on the tunic. So we'll need a couple turns to get that active. But he has 2 resources floating and 2 cards in hand. So already starting with this mind game shenanigans early. Definitely a good spot there for the Dorinthea player. Rich may consider letting this 6 hit and then blocking the next bit. He does have life to work with. Blocking the next attack with equipment. Remember, Oscar still needs to give this go again, and it still needs to hit. So no block there from Rich. No reactions from Oscar. No reactions from Rich. We'll see if he pops his bolt. Yep, I assumed he would. So go again here, but right now it's a naked Dawnblade. He can pump it and swing in to make it up to 4 if he wants with the 2 energy floating. If he doesn't, it would definitely indicate to me that he's got some spicy attack reactions. Oscar considering his lines. Checking to see in the graveyard. If I was a guessing man, I would guess on Singing Steelblade sitting there in Oscar's hand. So there we go. Oscar activating the brace to swing with Dawnblade. I still think he's got a Singing Steelblade in hand. And he's going to pitch for it if he needs to. And I bet you he would fire it off to get this counter. Getting a counter on the Dawnblade is pretty good. But Rich, being a Bravo player, means he's got the Bravo equipment, which means it blocks for a freaking massive ton. I know, I try to keep that language PG for everybody. So if you're cringing at that, I am too. Just on the insides. But right now we see a block for 4 here from Rich. Oscar is going to Singing Steelblade. Just get it up to 1. No search on this one. Yep, I saw it there. I think Oscar actually on that rounds of that line of play would probably been incentivized not to pump with the bracers there. So Oscar trading away a +3 on the Iron Song for the bracers, but it turns out it was the correct play as Rich did not trigger reprise. I am more of a gambling man. I would have gambled my opponent to throw 1 card out of there from hands, but such was not the case. So Oscar played it right. That's why he's the Dorinthea player here on table 1 here after 5 rounds, and I am just the man behind the camera. He is definitely the better player. So into Rich's turn, into another crippling crush dominated for 11 back to back by Rich here. Ooh. Talk about spicy turns 1 and 2. Hello. Oscar does have his equipment. Does not have his boots here to block for 1. Already fired it off on his turn 1. So Oscar is underneath Rich's life total. So he will get 2 block there on the Skullcap. So blocks for 3 from equipment. And then a red Steelblade Shunt means that he will take 1. Got up to 10 block, 11 attack. And then speaking of 1, we have 1 counter on the skull cap, 1 counter on the bracers. Also 1 counter on the tunic for the moment. Until Oscar puts a second one. There we go. So Rich drew up, got 4 cards in his hand, into Oscar's turn. Warrior's Valor and a Dauntless. 7, if it hits, go again. And Oscar has a resource floating in his resource pool. Not mana pool, resource pool. We are not playing Magic. So far, Rich indicated he wants to throw the helmet in front of it. He may have some defense reactions to hand. It is Bravo, remember that. Life total is very close. If you remember Kurt's Bravo, though, he gained a lot of life as well. So these life totals may not necessarily be indicative of what the current state is. Rich is going to block 7. 2 cards out of the hands. Now you notice that those are both red. So it's possible that Rich didn't have a big didn't have a turn he could pay for. So we may just see a hammer attack, a surge token, and a arsenal here. So surge token to start after Oscar drew up to 4. And I actually just see a choke slam getting pitched to come in with the hammer for 6. So Rich opting not to arsenal anything. And get a little bit of extra damage with the surge token as well. Not a bad option. Not a bad option. Oscar could take this if he wanted to. Come back with a spicier turn on his turn. Potentially could shunt this if he has another Steel Blade Shunt to block all 6 of it. My guess here, though, is Oscar's considering 0 or 1 cards. So that way he can have a better turn on the way back. Ooh, Iron Song Determination is the route there. I'm not sure that's what he wants to do. But he will take some damage there and fall to 9. So Oscar opting to keep his life total high versus keeping some of the critical dominate cards in his hand. There's his other Iron Song Determination. So Iron Song Determination, Red Warrior's Valor. Into the Dawn Blade. So Oscar opted not to keep the Iron Song in hand and instead put it and discard it. Could have put it in Arsenal if he wanted to. But this is going to be a 4, 5, 6, 7 with Dominate. Oscar could have taken another 3 damage here and had that Iron Song in Arsenal, but likes his health. Rich blocks 2, goes to reactions. No reactions from Oscar. Means this Dawn Blade does hit and go again. Dorinthia's ability triggers, so the Dawn Blade can come back in. So that 1 floating. Oscar uses it to activate the bracers and then uses his Tunic mana to come in with Dawn Blade. So a 5 Dominate here. Rich blocks 3, takes 2, and we get a counter on the Dawn Blade again. Okay, so Oscar navigated that turn pretty well. I think I still would have liked an Iron Song Determination in Arsenal, but Oscar opting to take the 3 life advantage. If you remember, both players would be equal life at this point. It's likely because Oscar doesn't want to get dominated here. But remember, both of the crippling crushes are already gone, so you can expect a 9 attack coming back your way. And speaking of which, that's exactly what Rich does on his turn. 9 coming in. Dominated. If it hits for 4 or more, Oscar loses and can't gain go again. That's pretty crippling against Dorinthea. They like to be able to swing twice with their Dawn Blade. Or they like to pump it up, which requires actions. Rich double checking what blocks are available. There is the Tunic, and the Bracers can block for 1 apiece, which is exactly what Oscar does. Or maybe considers it. So Oscar's super incentivized here to not let this get in for 4. Can only do it with 1 card out of the hand, though. So far he's representing 2. That brings us down to 7. A 3 block from hand would still make 4 here. Would be a 5 block against a 9 attack. So Oscar would need a defense reaction here. Oscar's considering this a lot. He may just try to keep his health total high. And come in with a basic attack with attack reactions. If he's got attack reactions in his hand and doesn't care about this go again, he can opt to take this damage. And just try to come roast back in. Ooh, throws an out for blood out to block for 5 to take the 4. I think that's, you keep that out for blood though. Ooh, I don't know. Oscar definitely likes his life total. It's the strategy going into this game. Now we see the Dawn Blade coming in. Twinning Blades, the pitch. Definitely didn't need that. Oscar, 2 cards still in hand. So he pitched an out for blood, which means he's got either a second out for blood in his hand. No, he fired it off at the very beginning of the game. Which means that he must have a spicier attack actions in hand. Could be a stroke, or attack reaction, excuse me. Could be stroke. Could be his other Iron Song. Rich gonna trigger Reprise here to block 6. Overpowers the call there. Goes up to 10. 10 over 6 means that Rich will take 4. And that Dawn Blade will keep his counter. So not bad. Yep, the overpowered means that was a pretty good block there from the out for blood. I think, though, Oscar could have just taken the damage and actually gone for the kill that turn. He had the energy floating. He could have both overpowered and out for blooded. Came in for lethal. So over into Rich's turn. Pops his helm. He wants to draw up. He wants to draw 5, put 1 in arsenal. Not much he can do there, but now his shields are up. But Oscar does have the go again functionality. This is where that Iron Song Determination in arsenal would have been crucial. Oscar used it to block 3 life. Could have been at 2. But it's sitting at a healthy 5. Now, Rich does have 5 cards, 1 in arsenal. This means this is very scary. I would expect some staunch... we haven't seen any staunch responses or immovables yet from Rich. So Oscar should keep that in mind. He's incentivized to do some go wide turns. No equipment left for Rich to block with. If Oscar can string together a Dawn Blade into a Glint or another way to give it go again, and then come in either with the Dawn Blade again or with a generic attack action, he could take this game right here. So Dawn Blade's going to start for 4. It is lethal. Rich will have to respond to it. Three cards in hand for Oscar. No resources floating. No equipment himself to work with too on the next swing back. Needs to try to pull at least 3 cards out of Rich's hand here if he wants to survive on his own turn. He's likely going to face a dominated attack, which means he's only going to be able to block it by 3 in general. All right, so block for 8 here from Rich. Now, if Oscar has the Glint into a generic attack action, this would do it. So, Singing Steel Blade. Hit and runs the pitch. They should have 2 floating. I would imagine we're going to see a Glint here. Again, I was wrong last time. An overpowered. Could do it. Yep, there's the Glint. I was right this time. You get, the blind squirrel eventually finds a nut. So, Oscar will draw a card after he finishes shuffling here. Yeah, Oscar potentially could have a Command and Conquer or a Nourishing Emptiness. Nourishing Emptiness here would, or actually, Command and Conquer is probably the option here because defense reactions are not able to be played against it here by Rich. Or he's got 2 cards in hand still and a card in arsenal. So it's going to have to be generic. Oh, it's going to be the Nourishing Emptiness. So dominate for 6 if it hits +1. I would have loved to have seen a Command and Conquer there, but I know Oscar plays it. He surprises us with it in the past. Well, I believe that could have been our other Dorinthea player. Hold on. Now I'm actually really thinking about it. Was that Kevin? Could have been. I don't know. Anyways, it's Oscar playing. So Rich is going to block 2. Take 4. And fall to 1. I guess we had the life totals a little bit inaccurate. Oh boy. Okay, so Rich falls to 1. Sigil. I'm sorry. Trying to figure out which warrior player plays what, and we're over here missing actions. All right, so back to Oscar's turn. And so Rich wasn't able to do anything, had to use all the cards out of his hand. So +2 here, plus the Dawnblade. Or excuse me, +3 here from the Dauntless, not Steel Blade Supremacy, Dauntless. I'm sorry. 6 total. Rich gonna block for 11, the whole hand. Oscar's gonna react with the blue Overpowered. Bring it up to 10. Does he have an Iron Song? Oh, Alfred Blood will still do it. Up to 13. And so Oscar will take it. Look at that. Dorinthea, baby. I got it twice. I got it right twice. All I got, just when in doubt, vote for Oscar. Like Oscar for Prez. All right, so that does it there. Oscar cleaned it up in round number 5. Rich had a good try at it. Tried to get a defense reaction around, but just didn't really find them. He's lamenting the fact he couldn't get him into Arsenal. And I agree with him. Could have straight changed the game right there, but he's looking for him. He doesn't even see him. They're deep. They're deep. At least the next turn for 1 Snotch response. Rich says he has it. He only had 1 coming recently, and the rest of them just wanted to hide away. So, all right, that'll do it here for round number 5. Don't go anywhere. We got prize giveaway and round 6 coming at you shortly.
All right, everybody. About to do the giveaway for prizes today. Let's see where I got the people's names.
Oh, we have everybody. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of that drop there. Get rid of that drop. Give him a little better odds here, you know.
Sure.
I don't even know if it works that way.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to roll the dice. See how many times we're going to randomize the list. Then we'll randomize the list that many times. It'll be the top 8 names. First place will get the cold foil, and the other 7 will get their choice of 3 packs of Unlimited, plus a promo card from the Armory promos. All right, so go ahead and roll the dice. And that is 8.
Oh, 8. Wow, math is hard.
Yeah. I'm glad you spoke that out loud.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, look at you.
Remember we were talking about can't take stuff down off the internet?
Yeah. There's a 1.
Oh, boy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Raul. Got it.
There we go.
Brandon, Oscar, John, Aaron, Ash, Jeremy, Lyco, or Lico. You have to tell me how to pronounce that. Because I probably.
All right, so get the Copo winner, and then you 7. PM me what pack you want of Unlimited between. We have Monarch, Welcome to Wraith, and Arcane Unlimited in right now. So PM me which one of that you want, and we'll get that sent out to you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. It's Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz. And myself, Brent, and streamer to be named, sitting next to me here in the production booth, are excited to wrap up coverage here of Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz with rounds number 6. Count them, 6 total events. And this is the last one. We got Kano yet again. He was here round 1. Didn't quite do too hot, but you know what? He's back. And he's better than ever here in round number 6. And I am excited for this one here. We got Oscar yet again, though. Trying to make it 3 for 3 on stream today with his Dorinthea. And Jeremy on the Kano. Before we get into the action too far, a little bit about Out of the Box Gaming, who is graciously, there we go. Wow, finally got it. Sponsoring this event. Out of the Box Gaming is a store local to Thomasville, North Carolina. They have in-store play. I know they're doing a sealed Saturdays. And I believe they also have just casual play. Anytime you want, stop in. There'll be somebody there to play some flesh and blood with you. If you can't find anybody, ask for Zach. There's a few of them walking around there. But Out of the Box Gaming also has a sweet spicy marketplace for trading card singles. So if you need that last little bit for your deck, or if you're mixing it up, Out of the Box Gaming can get you the pieces you need to put it together. So check out Out of the Box Gaming in person or at outoftheboxgaming.com. So into our game here, we already see Jeremy lose a third of his life as he falls down to 10 after a steel-bladed Dawnblade came in for 5. And actually, Oscar's just going ham. This is turn 1 ham. Steelblade's going to be active for the entire round. Jeremy, I guess, didn't get the memo against Dorinthea. You're probably supposed to just throw out 9 block in turn number 1. Sometimes even 12, depending on what you got. But in this case, Jeremy is going to be in a little bit of trouble because that's another determination. Do we see Oscar 1 turn kill this? Hold on a second. 6 dominate. If it hits, Oscar will draw a card. Oh my gosh. Now Oscar used both equipment there, leaving his 2 no rune sets. And Jeremy says, that's gross. And I agree with him. This could easily be a kill. Jeremy, throw out all the cards from your hand. Please, stay alive. He can't anymore. You're right. Iron Song Determination. This is actually probably a kill. If Oscar has a route here, Jeremy gets 1 turn killed turn 1. Not like this. Please, Jeremy, I voted for you. I need at least more than 2 wins, but Oscar may shut that down. I voted for him twice. He got it twice against the Bravo, but Jeremy blocks 3. He can't block with any of the other equipment. So Steelblade in the route, I would imagine, into a game. Oh, no, that wouldn't necessarily do it because he's up to 7 right now. No, route gives +3 and puts it back. Oscar straight wins here with the route. If he has, Iron Song response instead. If he has another Iron Song response in hand, he goes. He may not have the resources to pay for it. Route does cost 2. And he had another red Iron Song response, so it didn't even matter. He still gets there. Jeremy gets 1 turn killed. And round 6 is over. It's done. Oh my gosh, this is our shortest round of record yet. Holy smokes. My heart for the Kano. I'll have to go let him know. You got to block the first one. You can't let that happen. But that does it. Holy smokes. I gotta have to wrap it up early here, guys. Holy smokes. That was wild. Oscar takes it here in round number 6. Goes 3 for 3 on stream. Jeremy falls 0-2 on stream. And that finishes it up here. So that was round number 6 of Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Blitz, brought to you by Uncharted Realms. It's one of our weekly events. If you like what you see, come check out the Discord, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and come play. Come play with us. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. And on behalf of myself, James, and John, we appreciate you for watching and coming in and playing on these events. And like I said before, we'd love to see you, and we'll catch you in the next one.